We're from ESSYCOOKS, and this is the first episode of vegan summer grilling, and it's not just for vegans. All this side stuff can be used for the meat eaters as well, so don't feel like you have to feel left out. In this video, we're going to be making some grilled buttery potatoes, which are so delicious, and we're cooking them in foil, so you can do this at home, you can do it on a grill, wherever, and they turn out perfectly every time. They're super easy to make, so let's get started. I'll show you how I make these. Okay, so we're looking for a temperature of about 375 to 400 degrees. Most grills, barbecues, whatever you want to call them, if you're Canadian, we always call it a barbecue, are going to have this on the outside so you can see the temperature, and we are not quite there yet. We're going to wait until the grill is preheated, and it will take us about 20 to 25 minutes to cook these potatoes, but it is important to have it preheated first so we know they're going to cook in the amount of time that we want. Let's get started with our prep now. So we're going to need our baby potatoes here. So 1.5 pounds of baby potatoes. Usually they come in a bag that's 1.5 pounds anyways, so it makes it super easy. Sometimes they're called little gems, sometimes they're called little potatoes, but just basically we're looking for these small, tiny little potatoes like this. So I washed those down. Now I'm going to cut them all in half. I want them all to be roughly around the same size. So some of the potatoes are a little bit bigger. Maybe I'm going to cut those ones into 3 pieces, but for the most part, I am just cutting them in half. Like, see that one there? I cut that into 3 just because I do want these to cook evenly. So for the most part, cut those in half, and we're ready for the next step. Now we're going to want a really big piece of tin foil since we're cooking these in foil on the grill. I'm talking pretty big. You want to wrap around the potatoes entirely, and you don't want to like any of the mixture to get out because we're going to be making a melted vegan butter mixture, which is amazing. So I'm going to create 4 little walls in my foil there just so that the butter doesn't spill out, and I'm going to make sure there's enough room for my potatoes to lay flat because I want them to crisp on the grill. So make sure it's going to fit on your grill as well. If you have a smaller grill, just keep that in mind. Now I've got a 1/4 cup of melted vegan butter. I just melted that for like 20 seconds in the microwave. I've got 1 teaspoon of Italian spice blend, so this is really easy to make. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then I've got salt and pepper to taste. When it comes to potatoes, I think like a good amount of salt and pepper really adds to the flavor, but careful not to overdo it. Then we're going to add a tablespoon of nutritional yeast, or if you don't have or don't use nutritional yeast, you can use Parmesan cheese or vegan Parmesan cheese, and that will add the same kind of flavor. I've got that all mixed together. While it's still melted, I want to cover the potatoes in this. This mixture is so good. You can put this on any kind of vegetable and it will, in my opinion, guaranteed make it taste good. Now I'm going to mix that around so that all the potatoes are evenly coated in the nice buttery mixture, being careful not to spill any. And now I'm just going to cover those over with the foil, again trying to keep those potatoes fairly flat. I'm going to tuck them in nicely to make sure that everything is secured for the grill, for the barbecue. And now it's time to head back to the grill. Just going to throw these potatoes right here on the grill just like this. And we're going to check on those in about 10 to 12 minutes. I'm going to close up the lid. They don't need to be checked on constantly. We're going to stir them up in about 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Alright, let's see how these are doing here. Use my tongs to just kind of open this up a little bit. Oh yeah. Those are looking pretty nice. We're just going to give them a nice little stir. They smell so good, don't they? And set a timer for another 10 to 12 minutes. For a couple of minutes. Ooh, little flyaway. Bring him back in there. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay, so these are perfectly grilled, and then on the bottom here you're going to see some of them are just like beautifully crisp like this. Wow, yum. Okay, time for the taste test. I know my camera crew has been waiting patiently. They smelled so good. Are you eating my hair?
The wind blew your hair in my mouth. So crispy.
These are delicious. Honestly, I do wish I had a little vegan ranch for these because I love roasted potatoes with vegan ranch. If that's wrong, I don't want to be right. But you know what? Even by themselves, these are delicious. Thank you so much for watching this episode of my grilling series. If you guys like this video and you want to see more videos like this one, just make sure you hit that like and subscribe button below so I can create more content like this.